What's going on? It's Gannon Mo. Let's jump into brass tacks, and no pun intended. More than half of college students face an unforgiving pile of student loan debt and credit card debt. Yet many have zero understanding of financial basics.
Now you can open up and read one of those finance books published by Dr. Seuss. Now reading those books versus applying and understanding the concepts in those books are completely different. Now let's go back to that chemistry class. Remember trying to connect the dots around the atom? How many of you remember what those dots represent?
Even well-educated people, such as healthcare professionals, often don't have a lot of how money works sense. As a matter of fact, a recent study surveyed more than 25,000 college students and was performed by a financial firm, AIG, and an education training company, Everfi. And they revealed that college students struggle a lot when it comes to financial literacy, especially in terms of student loans and credit cards.
Now when those college students were asked 6 simple questions to test out their financial knowledge, the results were very alarming. 1 out of every 10 students got none of the questions right. And only 2 out of every 10 students got one of the answers correctly. Now since college students are so obsessed with the letter grading system, that gives them a big fat F.
And less than 1% of them got them all right. So schools clearly don't and probably won't teach you about finances.
As a matter of fact, only 21 states require high school students to take a personal finance class.
Regardless, isn't it a little ASS backwards? And that's subtle language. No explicit language here. That although we strive for a better education and invest so much time and money into ourselves in order to provide a better future and a lifestyle for ourselves and our family, 47% of college students have no idea how to manage their own money, especially when it comes to their first paycheck. That's great. Here's your first paycheck. Go out, enjoy it, figure out the rest. Nobody really cares about whether you mess up or you do the right thing.
But wait, not all hope is lost. Most of the financial mistakes could be easily corrected by addressing 4 of the most common financial issues facing college students today.
The first most common financial mistake that college students make is misuse of student loan money. Student loan money, aka financial aid, is meant to pay for school. That is it. It's meant to pay for educational related expenses, such as tuition, fees, books, etc. It's not meant to pay for whatever your heart desires and for you to go out and live the life that you imagined while you were in high school or in undergrad. It's not meant for you to go out and furnish your dorm room with some nice furniture, buy that luxurious car that you always dreamed of, or go out to those nice fancy restaurants while you're in college.
So once that loan money hits your checkings account and you see all those big numbers across the computer screen, don't get overly excited. Be the college student who earmarks that money for their college tuition, and don't go blowing that money on holiday presents.
The second mistake is credit card misuse or disuse. Now, college are some of the best years of your life, especially when it comes to graduate school. And college are some of the best years at which you could start building a strong credit history. Having a strong credit history and in return an excellent credit score can help you save money as a future consumer, especially when it comes to getting your first mortgage, a personal loan, or a car loan. You're going to be experiencing some great rates with an excellent credit score that you were able to build during your college years. To start building a good credit history at first, consider being added as an authorized user to one of your parents' credit cards and establish a credit card limit with them. That way you're obligated to use that credit card responsibly, because if you don't, well, your parents are going to come back at you with wrath because they have to pay off your dumb mistakes.
Now another great option is to get a secured credit card, which acts as a hybrid debit credit card. And that allows you to spend up to how much money you have deposited into your account. So let's say you have $250 in your checkings account. You can get a credit card that allows you to spend up to that $250 which will allow you to build up your credit slowly. Now, the key thing to remember here is this is not free money. That 3-inch piece of plastic is not meant for you to spend at all the stores that you would like and for the amount of money to magically disappear. I wish it worked that way. I'll be driving an Aston Martin right now. However, that is not reality. So please do not go and start opening up random credit cards at random stores because they give you an immediate 15% discount and go closing that account afterwards. That will ding your credit. Also, don't be late on paying the minimum balance. That will also ding your credit. There are a lot of factors that go into your credit score, so be very cognizant of that.
The third most common financial error that college students make is not sticking to a realistic budget. Regardless of the school you're attending, the program you started, or where you are in your education, make a realistic budget and stick to it. Only you can do this. We could preach about it all day, but you are the only one that can go out, write it down, and stick to it. Write down all your essential expenses for each month and budget that accordingly, such as rent, utilities, and food. I mean, you gotta live and eat while in college, but you know all those fancy things you've been desiring, like nice little brunches on the weekends and those sales that you see online all day? Well, sorry, my friend, you're gonna have to forget about those for just a little bit. And by a little bit, we mean about 12 years.
Now, always make sure you budget for large one-time expenses such as holiday travel to go see your family. And if you stick to your budget, let loose. Go get yourself a Starbucks once a month. But for the rest of the month, make sure you get that instant coffee. Or you can be like Yan, go find some friends who are gonna buy you that coffee.
The fourth common financial error that a lot of college students make is not taking advantage of the financial aid process. By not filling out the FAFSA paperwork appropriately or missing deadlines, you add extra unneeded stress in your life. The financial aid process is meant to help you pay for educational related expenses. That way, after 30 days from the start of the semester, you don't freak out when your school sends you a letter saying you owe them like $40,000 and you start freaking out and looking for all these side jobs to help you pay for that.
Make note of deadlines when filling out your FAFSA application and scour the internet along the way to find some of that scholarship money. Did you know there is $6 billion worth of scholarships awarded on a yearly basis? Get your hand on some of that money. And also make sure to check out the FAFSA website. There is a checklist of different documents that you need to make sure you get your financial aid on time and to avoid delays. Smart financial planning should start as soon as you get into college. Better yet, high school. And even better, kindergarten. You are never too young to start worrying about your financing. Don't believe me? Ask my daughter. She's in kindergarten and she will let you know all about her tooth fairy money and what she plans to do with her piggy bank. Make sure you don't fall victim for the most common mistakes that college students make. And make sure you hit the ground running by slamming that like button, and we'll see you next time.